What up, guys? This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, Purple World Entertainment, and you are live inside the Dungeon Palace Studios yet again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you have not clicked that subscribe button yet, please do so now. If you have joined this family for the first time and clicked on this video for the first time, please do that and hit that bell notification. That way you can keep getting notified when I drop these videos. I have a hot video for you today. I'm going to be making a beat inside the MPC software, and I'm going to be showing you my process called the Rule of 3. Now let me explain to you what that is. Normally when I listen to music, any type of music, I train my ear to pick up 3 different things in the music: the high-end information, the mid-end information, and the low-end information. I have to train my ears to do that. That way when I sit down and make my beats, I know that I covered those 3 pieces to make up a full beat. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. It's very simple. Most of you guys probably already know this, but if you don't, you're going to find this video very interesting. It's going to show you how to get a beat going very, very quickly and be able to have every single component. That way you can either add more to it or you can keep it the way it is, but your beat is solid and it's ready to go because you've covered that rule of 3. So without saying too much, why don't we jump inside the MPC software and get it rocking. Let's do it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down just some piano chords. I have a VST piano pulled up. I don't know what I'm going to play, but just come up with some freestyle chords and then we're going to lay something over it. This should take care of our mid-end. Normally your mid-end information consists of your pianos, your synths, a few of your horns, some pads and some strings can also be mid information, and your high-end information consists of your bells, your plucks, some of your orchestrated stabs can be considered high-end information as well as some pads and some strings can also be high-end. You know, flutes, things like that. All of that is high-end information, and of course your low-end information is your bass. You know, that's your 808 or your bass line. Some synths can also be considered bass information. So that's what I try and do in songs. I try and recognize all 3 of those particular areas. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take care of the pianos, which is the mid. We're going to do that here, and then I may play a few things over that. We'll just see how it goes. So let's just drop something and see if we can get it done. Okay, we got that down. So just to kind of spice this up a bit, I'm going to play just some a few little light strums. I'm gonna pitch the keyboard up an octave. Just some light strums, just to kind of amp up the mid tone a bit, you know, just to give it a little bit of spice. So let's do that. That looks about right. We're good to go. We're good to go. So what we want to do now is bounce this track down to a sample. So we're going to go here. We're going to bounce it to sample. Okay, that's going to export track 5 to sample. And there it is. We're going to click on it, and this should be our sample. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to time stretch the sample because I want to slow the sample down, but I don't want to pitch it down. If I pitch it down, then it's going to mess with the pitch of the sample. It's going to slow it down, but it's going to mess with the sound like this. I'm going to pitch it down like 3 semitones, just for example. See, it messes with the pitch, so I don't want to do that. So I want to time stretch the sample. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to process. I'm going to go to time stretch. I know it's 32 beats in the sample that I played. It's I got it on 16th notes, so that doubles, so that's 32. So what I'm gonna do is go here to new tempo, and I'm gonna go like to 136. Let's say 136. That should be good. This should slow and hit do it. This should slow it down but still keep it in the same key. And I like the way it kind of warped it a bit too. I like when it does that because it gives that authentic record type feel. So that's what we're looking for. So we're gonna go to chop and we're gonna spread this into 16 slice or 12 slices, and that's gonna pick up every single transient. See where it gets big? Every single transient. So we're good to go. Then we go to shift, and then we hit convert. And then we want to create our drum program. Perfect. We want to go to that. And now our drum program should be ready to go. And now we can delete these notes because we have it in a sample. So let's delete all of this. Let's hit Control A and we delete all of this. We don't need that anymore. We can actually clear the track if we'd like because we don't need that anymore as well. Let's hit cancel. Let's delete. Let's delete our program, because we don't need that anymore. Okay, we're good to go. We're going to save track 1 for our drums. Let's go to track 2. And this is our mid piano sample that we have. So our sample is ready. So let's play something very quickly just so we can lay something down. I'm not going to deviate too much, but I'm just going to kind of give it a nice little feel. Let's do it. Nice, 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 nice. And I'll show you what I did with the EQ. Just got rid of the low end. Remember, we wanted to sit in the mid. I got rid of the low end and I found 3 frequencies between the 200K and the 800K range. And then I just carved off a bit of the brightness. I want this piano to fall in the middle. So watch the analyzer and see where the spikes are. Okay, now that we have our mid-end information taken care of, now we're going to get into the high-end information. And I'm going to use a pad to do that. The pad sound that I've chosen sounds like this. Nice pad sound, so when you put it in chords, has a nice texture to it. So the object is, if you listen to the mid sample, the piano sample, it has some breaks in it. We're going to lightly slide this pad in between those breaks. That way everything meshes well together. The mid end and the high end, everything meshes well. So let's see if we can do that. Yes, yes, everything is nice with that. Really, really good high-end sample. So I'm going to bring the EQ in and I'm going to show you what I did here with the EQ. Here I cut out all of the low-end information and all of the mid. I just want just this high-end information because this is our high instrument. So I don't want it conflicting with anything in the piano. So I'm going to let you hear what that sounds like. Well, let's take it off first. And then this is with it on. Notice how it catches just that high-end information. Usually when I cut out this much of a sound, I usually take a saturator and throw it on there. So I'll engage my saturation knob and I'll bring it up to maybe a little bit before half. And watch what it does. It kind of brightens up the sound a little bit. It gives it like that shrieky sound, you know, kind of like that sample feel. So that's exactly what we're going for. So I like the way this is done. So we have our mid-end and our high-end information taken care of. Now, in keeping in line with the rule of 3, you know what's next. We got our high end taken care of, our mid taken care of. So now we're going to move to the bass, and that's going to gel everything together. So I've chosen this bass. The reason why I went with a bass like this is because I feel like a boom bap-ish type joint with this, that piano and the old school feel. So that's what I'm going to go for. And I want a bouncy bass. So that's why I chose this one. So let's just lay down a nice little bass line underneath that, and then we're going to do a little bit of processing to get that right. Let's do it. Okay, all right. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up our EQ. I carved out just a bit of the low end frequency, that 20 inch frequency, because I don't want any rumble in there. So that's why I did that. And then I bumped it up again right before 200, and then I cut out all the mid and all the high end information off of the bass. So that gave me a bouncy type sound. And then what I did here was I went to my bass plugin, turned it up to 237. This is my Bass XL plugin. What this plugin does, it homes in on just a specific frequency in your bass, and it kind of gives it just a bit of a boost. This helps out for laptop speakers and cell phone speakers. It helps to hone in on a nice piece of your bass, not that low end, but not that nice mid end frequency of your bass, and it gives it that boost. That way it shines through in low end speakers. So that's what I did there. And then I gave it a bit of a saturation, you know, put a little saturation on the bass, which I always do. And then I wanted a little delay on it, so you'll hear it as it plays. I'm gonna put the delay on and let you hear exactly what that sounds like with everything playing. Bass is nice and punchy, you know, everything is nice, and it kind of gelled the sample together, the piano sample and the high pad together. So now you can see that all of a sudden our beat is now formed. We have a low, we have a high, we have a mid, and the beat is now formed. So now that we got our rule of 3 taken care of, now we want to jump into the drums. Once we lay the drums down, you'll see how the beat comes all together. So keeping in theme with the beat, I got a BoomBap drum kit that I pulled up. Gives me a few BoomBap drums. There's some percussive sounds and some drums, so we can easily get a nice little beat going. So let me lay down a few of these percussion sounds, and then I'll get into the kick and the snare. Nice. All right, let's drop the kick and the snare. really nice. I like the way this is coming out. Now let's drop our hi-hat really quickly and give it some rhythm. Let's put that on 16 level. And we're gonna put it on velocity. So you can see right when we drop the drums on it, all of a sudden we have a nice full beat that's rocking. We have a bass, we have a mid, we have a high. Just that rule of 3, if you remember that, you can get your studio jumping real quick, you can get your session jumping real quick, pick out those 3 instruments, pick out that high, pick out that low, pick out that mid, and drop some drums on it. Next thing you know, you have a nice little beat that's rocking. Now you can choose to add something to it. If it's tight enough, you can leave it the way it is, or you can put some special effects on it or something and make the beat pop. There you have it, guys. The rule of 3 in a nutshell. All you have to do is train your ear when you listen to beats to pick out that high sound, pick out that low sound, pick out that mid sound, and then you'll be on your way to training yourself with that rule of 3 concept. Now, by no means do your beats have to stay this way. No, this is just to get your session up and running, to make sure that you have something that's being laid down. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm in my session, I like to lay something down as quickly as possible. That way I can get my mind running and get something that I'm listening to. So please, by all means, take this rule of 3 method and use it in your music production. It'll help you guys out a lot. Also, leave me a comment below and let me know on some of your methods that you use to get your sessions up and running very quickly. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you found any value in this video, please, by all means, hit that thumbs up button. It really encourages me to keep getting these videos out to you guys. Make sure you guys are following my Instagram at the Drank Kang. And also, for you guys on Facebook, follow us at facebook.com/Dungeon Palace Studios. I like to interact with you guys on my social media, so I'll see you there. Once again, if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss the hot content that I have coming. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification, that way you can be notified when I drop these videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, Purple World Entertainment, and you are live inside the Dungeon Palace Studios. And I will check you guys in the next one. Peace.